Manchester United's transfer window in 2025 has been a busy and eventful one so far, signaling a clear intent from Ruben Amorim and the club's management to reshape and strengthen the squad. However, as the transfer deadline approaches on September 1st, the club still has important decisions and moves to make, with many fans and pundits eagerly watching the developments. Recently, respected Manchester United correspondent Andy Mitten made some busy predictions about what the club might do before the window slams shut, especially with renewed hopes surrounding the signing of young midfielder Carlos Baleba from Brighton. This provides an important lens through which to analyze the club's transfer strategy and what could still come in the next few days. With several significant signings already completed this summer, Manchester United has made notable progress. The £62.5 million acquisition of Matheus Cunha from Wolves added much-needed attacking reinforcements, followed by Brian Mbeumo's £70 million transfer from Brentford and Benjamin Sesko's signing from RB Leipzig, reflecting the club's ambition to build a prolific forward line. In addition to these attacking additions, the club also signed Diego Leon and Enzo Cannavajik, though the latter was immediately loaned out, signaling a focus on nurturing young talent for the future. On the outgoing front, Manchester United has begun trimming its squad, releasing or loaning out players like Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Marcus Rashford, loaned to Barcelona, and others. These moves are part of a clear attempt to reduce the wage bill and clear space for new talent to flourish under Amorim's evolving tactical system. However, the club's transfer activity is far from finished. Andy Mitten, drawing on his inside sources and transfer knowledge, suggested that the club is likely to remain busy in the last stretch of the window. One of the most intriguing possibilities he highlighted is the revived hope of signing Carlos Baleba from Brighton. Baleba is a young, dynamic midfielder who has already shown glimpses of his potential at the Premier League level, and United sees him as a vital piece to bolster the core midfield. This development is significant because it indicates that United is not just looking to plug immediate gaps but is also planning for sustainable squad depth and future success by investing in promising young talents. The move to bring in Baleba fits within this overall vision. Baleba's arrival could be a game-changer for United in the midfield area, where there have been questions about depth and creativity. This summer saw key midfield departures, and while Ruben Amorim has some options, a midfielder of Baleba's caliber could provide the balance and energy the team requires to compete at higher levels. The fact that the club has revived hope of getting the deal done near the deadline underlines their priority to reinforce this area. Mitten's prediction extends beyond Baleba. He expects that the club will, overall, be very active as the deadline nears, juggling arrivals and departures to finalize the squad. United's management understands that every signing or sale must be strategic, ensuring that the squad is balanced, cost-effective, and tailored to Amorim's tactical preferences. That tactical preference, set by Amorim, emphasizes high pressing, flexibility in formations, and dynamic midfield transitions. This approach demands players who can work relentlessly on both ends of the pitch, and that partly explains the club's strong interest in young, versatile midfielders and forwards. Furthermore, Mitten's input sheds light on United's continuing quest to offload high earners and fringe players, which has historically been an issue at the club. In previous windows, attempts to clear high wages have often faltered, leading to bloated squads and financial inefficiencies. However, with the involvement of the new Ineos ownership group, which replaced the Glazer family in 2024, the club has adopted a much more disciplined and commercially savvy approach to transfers and wage management. This change in ownership structure has empowered the club's football management and sporting director to be more decisive and effective in the transfer market. The club's attempts to negotiate better deals with interested parties for players like Alejandro Garnacho and Jadon Sancho exemplify this shift. That said, as Mitten warns, the window's final days will be hectic. United must balance the pressure to sell and release players who do not fit into Amorim's plans while securing target players who can improve the team now and in the future. Another aspect highlighted by Mitten is the challenge of competing for top talent amid the club's lack of European football this season. The absence of Champions League football reduces United's appeal to some high-profile players, making scouting and negotiation processes more complex. Despite these challenges, the club's summer expenditure, already well into the hundreds of millions, demonstrates its serious intent to bounce back. The signings of Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko, and possibly Baliba show a forward-thinking strategy focusing on young talents with high potential resale values and the ability to develop into world-class players. In addition to inbound transfers, United's management is set to take various loan moves into account, both bringing in players for short-term needs and sending out prospects for valuable playing time. The club's approach to managing young players and loans reflects a modern club philosophy balancing immediate competition and long-term player development. Furthermore, Mitten's insider observations suggest Manchester United might explore last-minute opportunities in other areas as well, such as goalkeeper reinforcements and defensive depth. While Altay Bayındır has started as first-choice goalkeeper this season, the club reportedly has an interest in Royal Antwerp's Sen Lammens, a promising young keeper who could be integrated into the squad or loaned out for development. Defensively, Manchester United faces questions regarding consistency and squad depth, and the club may look to address these through either permanent transfers or loan deals before the deadline. The evolving nature of the squad under Amorim means adaptability and squad competition are highly prioritized. The transfer window activity, as indicated by Mitten, will not only reflect strategic intent but also the increased urgency as the deadline approaches. Clubs tend to become more flexible, pricing adjusts, and negotiations accelerate, meaning fans can expect a few surprise moves from Old Trafford. This period will be crucial for the future of Manchester United's season and beyond. The arrivals will add new quality and competition for places, pushing existing players to improve. At the same time, the departures will help clear the path for a fresher, more focused squad aligned to the club's vision. Manchester United supporters should remain optimistic but patient. The summer window is a transitional phase under Ruben Amorim and the new ownership, aiming to rebuild the club's core for sustained success. The tactical framework and transfer plans suggest a club aware of its needs and ready to back them financially and strategically. As the window progresses towards September 1st, MUFC fans will be closely watching developments on the Carlos Baliba deal, other potential midfield reinforcements, and moves to offload those not featuring in Amorim's plans. The next few days promise to be some of the most active and critical in shaping the Red Devils' immediate future. This transfer window is expected to be a busy, defining moment for Manchester United as it balances rebuilding, financial prudence, and competitive ambition. The efforts to strengthen the squad by targeting youth and key positions indicate that this season could mark the start of a new competitive era for the club. In conclusion, as Andy Mitten predicts, the activity leading up to the transfer deadline will be intense, with Manchester United looking to finalize their squad composition by bidding farewell to surplus players and welcoming new talent like Carlos Baliba. This period offers hope and anticipation for better performances on the pitch and a clear sign that the club is determined to regain its place among Europe's elite. Thank you for tuning into MUFC Corner. Stay subscribed for the latest transfer window updates, tactical analyses, player interviews, and all things Manchester United.